Hey everybody, it's been some time since my last Billy video, but here I am with part 3 of making Billy pretty much an S rank or OP or whatever I call the series. After a lot of Agent EXP grinding, I am now at the point where I can promote and take on some harder missions, which means I can finally get my Billy to level 60. So you may notice that Ching Yi is the current limited character during the recording of this video, so it's kind of in the past. But her banner is one of the best banners of the game because, well, not because of like any specific reason other than the fact that Billy is a rate up for me. So today we will be pulling some Billy copies. Now, of course, before this I made a Ching Yi video, so you know I got Ching Yi later, but at the time of this recording I was aiming for Billy only, so he was my main priority. So as we all know, having to upgrade characters through their mindscape will actually make them even stronger, but with Billy, he gets a huge upgrade at his mindscape too. Billy's dodge counter damage increases by 25% and his rolling shots during his basic attacks count as dodges as well. While using rolling shot, if you trigger a perfect dodge, it'll automatically follow up with a dodge counter. Pretty much, if you ever plan on using Billy, this is the quintessential upgrade that you'll need to make him even stronger. Every other mindscape after is pretty good stuff. You don't really need it, I'd say, but you know what? Because we're making Billy as strong as he can be, we'll take it all anyways. So with that, into the gotcha mines we go. My first 10 had 3 A ranks, which is kind of nutty, but we only had 1 Billy copy, so we're gonna have to keep pulling. And this is what I was waiting for, these Billy rate ups in the banner, so that way I can get him easily. So 2 copies so far. And before you ask, yes, I do read your guys' comments, and I saw a lot of people suggesting for me to pull Billy earlier, but this was what I was waiting for. This is the perfect timing because look, just another Billy copy to get as well. And this is why you don't rush things in games like this, because I was awarded with 2 Billies in 1 10 pull. So for anybody who wanted to rush me and tell me, "Ko, you should have gotten this a while ago," don't worry, I know what I'm doing. It's all a part of the grand plans. And with that, this phase of the plan has been wrapped up. I have enough Billy Cinema copies to just get up to max level. And this is probably one of the most satisfying animations in the game, seeing your character get all the way to max mindscape. Of course, we all like this on our S ranks, but that's gonna cost us a lot of money, but you know what? We'll take it with Billy. And the cool part is when you finally upgrade somebody to max mindscape, you get their little naked version of their art as a background for your name card, so let's go ahead and slot that in. Oh yeah. So worth it. It looks really cool. I love Billy so much. And here's some gameplay footage of my boy Billy, trying my best to get to level 50 as soon as possible so that way I can finally get him to max level 60. And with this mission done, we're finally at the last, well, I consider it the last part of the game. You can finally have your units at the max level of 60. It is quite the journey to get to Internet level 50, and I was pretty happy with myself. Everything just moves at a snail's pace. I hate it, but we're finally here. We get the promotion mission and yada yada yada. It's time to finally upgrade our characters. Once we beat the mission, of course. Path of the Proxy 4. There's no way this is gonna be a hard mission, right? Getting into it, our first enemy of 3 waves is gonna be this little robot guy. We fought him before. He's nothing too crazy, but he has a lot of HP, and you'll notice that with a lot of Hoyo games, they always just make the HP of enemies so ridiculously, like, big. But once the enemy is stunned and I use Billy with Sokaku's buff, his HP just drains so fast. Also, you're witnessing peak Billy gameplay. You just pretty much stand from this distance and just spam your shots. There's beauty in simplicity, and I love Billy so much because of that. The next enemy is this large mech boss, and I actually really like this character a lot. I'm a huge fan of mechs, so I'm a sucker for it. But I'm an even bigger fan of Billy's numbers, because oh my god, look at all those damages go out. I love this guy so much. He's such a killing machine. And this boss was thankfully weak to physical damages because he just disappeared so quickly as soon as Billy came out. And with that, I think we're gonna get an easy S rank. We're not even 2 minutes in just yet, and we have the final boss to go through, and this should be a cinch, but a huge problem arose here. This boss is resistant to physical damage. I desperately tried my best to build up that stun gauge to bring Billy out for big damages, but as soon as I bring Billy out, I see so many gray numbers on the boss, and this is so disheartening to play because it's like you're hitting the boss with like you're slapping a piece of metal. It's not gonna do anything. Needless to say, this boss took me quite a while. I was like, what, on pace to get an S rank, and now I'm suddenly at 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and I finally cleared the mission, but to get an S rank, I need to get this mission done within 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Good news though, we are able to progress with the game, and I can finally have my units level up to level 60, so technically, I won. But if you know me, this is not a win. No, I'm pretty upset with it, because 4 minutes and 40 seconds, I was that close to an S rank victory. Now I could level up my Billy to level 60 so I can get the clear easily for S rank, but that's just not the Kogan way. This mission was designed to be beaten with only level 50s, and that's what we're gonna try to do again. And plus, I was only 10 seconds over, so maybe if I just played a little bit better, dodged carefully, I can get the clear easily. And just to save you guys some trouble, I pretty much attempted this mission several times, and I just could not get the clear. I was a few seconds short, or maybe I must have quit early because I didn't think I'd clear it, but I was so close to clearing it so many times just so I can get the spiritual victory of me, you know, I got the S rank, and it's funny because this will actually lead to nothing. I get nothing if I get an S rank. It's just me saying for bragging rights, essentially. And I don't know what to tell you guys, but on attempt number 7, something wild just happened. I actually made no changes at all to my characters. I didn't level them up. I didn't do anything that I can recall that I did at the time, but I just went in attempt number 7 and just played my heart out. Maybe finally things just clicked with me and Billy. Maybe I was just using him to the best ability that I can, and I was doing as much damage as quickly as possible. I crushed the second boss within like 40 seconds, which is way faster than the first one. And it was at that point that I knew this was the run. Maybe I got really lucky with crits. Maybe I was conserving all my abilities as best as I could. I don't know what I did exactly, honestly. What I do know for sure is that I have a lot of time before this mission is over. You know, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm at 1 minute and 48 seconds at this point, so I could do this. This could be it. But of course, this boss is still resistant to physical, so he's just gonna tank a lot of my hits, and it's gonna be a slow and agonizing battle. Like, I already skipped to the 3 minute and 30 second mark, and we're just not quite there yet. We have about a minute left, and I was getting kind of scared. And thinking about it really made me frustrated, because between each boss, there's like this downtime before the next one shows up, and so much time is just lost because it's counting that time between bosses as actual time towards the mission. So in all honesty, I probably could have cleared this a long time ago because I would have had so much time shaved off if they didn't count the time between the transitions. It's like between 15 and 20 seconds of just transitions. And I love ZZZ, don't get me wrong, but when time is counted against you for something that's not even in your control, I think that's kind of stupid. So I was a tad bit frustrated with this level because I could have cleared it easily if it wasn't for stupid stuff like that. And even though I was this close to clearing the level, I just couldn't cut it. 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and 4 milliseconds. I was this close. Maybe if I had better drives, sure, I probably would have had the damage to clear this. Maybe giving Ambi or Sokaku something else to kind of do a bit more damage on the side that wasn't physical on the final boss, maybe that could have gone a long way, who knows? I am just so upset to see that I was so close to an S rank! I'm speechless. How did this happen? What, 4 minutes and 28 seconds? But the time said 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm confused. Also, this is me in real time with the footage. I just sat here for a good while confused on how I cleared this technically, but I got the clear. I don't know what kind of magic happened behind the scenes to make the game calculate and think I cleared it 2 seconds earlier than I did, but I'll take it! So, to wrap up today's video, I finished up the mission. I am now officially high-ranking proxy person. I can now do the endgame stuff. Let's go. We are now ever so close to actually having Billy being max leveled, if I have the resources, of course, and the money. That's a lot of money. But now Billy can finally be at the max level for max damage, for maximum destruction. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. We are very close to now tackling on the, you know, endgame content comfortably, and I'm excited to take it on with Billy, and let's see how this goes.